Do you want to hear a fairy tale? It's the story of Hansel and Gretel. Ready, steady, go! Once upon a time, in a faraway land, lived the woodcutter's family.
Father Woodcutter and Brother Woodcutter and Sister Woodcutter lived in a small house in the woods. Brother's name was Hansel and sister's name was Gretel. The family was very poor.
Daddy Woodcutter said, "Goodbye, Hansel and Gretel. I am off to cut some trees." Chop, 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 chop. "Please, Daddy, stay home," said Hansel. "We don't want to stay home alone," said Gretel.
Daddy, can we please come with you? Said Gretel.
"Yes, you can, but please be careful," said Daddy Woodcutter. "The woods are big and you can get lost." But Hansel had an idea. "I can bring my white pebbles." The next morning, Hansel and Gretel had to wake up really early and followed their dad. Hey ho, to the woods we go. Come on, children. And Hansel dropped a pebble every couple of steps.
When they were deep in the woods, Daddy made a fire. "You can play here and come home when it's dark. I will start cutting the trees." He gave Hansel and Gretel a kiss and he went off.
Hansel and Gretel played all day long. They played hide and seek. They sang songs around the fire, la-di-da-di-da. And when it was getting dark, they went home. They just followed the pebbles until they saw their house.
"Well done, Hansel and Gretel," said their father. "Now I know you can find your way back. You can come with me tomorrow as well." "Yay!" said Hansel and Gretel.
"But will they be able to find their way? Can you bring your pebbles tomorrow?" Gretel asked. "Oh no, I forgot them," said Hansel. "But no worries, I can bring the breadcrumbs instead of pebbles."
The next morning, they got out of bed really early. Daddy Woodcutter showed the way. Gretel followed him, and then came Hansel. Every other step, he dropped some of the breadcrumbs he had in his pocket.
When Daddy found a good spot, he made a fire, and Hans and Gretel were very tired. The warmth of the fire made them sleepy. They fell asleep, and when they woke up, Daddy was gone.
"Shall we play hide and seek?" said Gretel. "No, shall we see where Daddy is?" asked Hansel. "Perhaps we can help him with cutting down the trees." Their father was gone. "Come," said Hansel, "let's go and find the breadcrumbs." Oh no, the birds had eaten them all. "We're lost," said Hansel.
They walked and walked until they saw a little house. It was a very special house. The walls were made of gingerbread, the roof of sweets, and in the garden there were lollipops. Yummy! They knocked on the door, and out came a witch. "Hello, boy and girl. Are you hungry? Do you want a lollipop?"
"Do you like lollipops?"
said the witch. "Yes," said Hansel and Gretel. "Well, I like little boys," said the witch. And she put Hansel in a cage. "And you, my girl, have to work for me."
I like little boys, but only fat little boys. You have to help me to give him a lot of food. Gretel was very sad.
Gretel cooked for Hansel, who grew bigger and bigger every day. But one day, when the witch didn't pay attention, Gretel pushed her in the stove and closed the door. Ah! And the witch was gone.
Gretel looked for the key. She found it in a treasure chest filled with money. Gretel took the key and went to the cage. She opened the cage and Hansel was free.
Hansel and Gretel were very happy. If we carry the treasure chest to our house, our father will be happy too, Gretel said. And so they did.
After a long walk, Hansel and Gretel came home. Hansel, Gretel, I'm so happy to see you. Look what we found, Daddy. A whole lot of money, said Hansel.
And from that day, Daddy only had to cut wood for the fire. He stayed home with Hansel and Gretel. They read books, played hide and seek, and sang beautiful songs, and lived happily ever after.